We are back, baby. Welcome back to Monday Morning with Mo. You know what time it is. Here we go. What's going on, Monday Morning Crew? I am Mo DeWitt. This is Monday Morning with Mo. Welcome back. It's been a while. We've been off for 2 weeks, unfortunately. As some of you may know, we had a little bit of a water issue in this room here. Had to rip the carpet up, get it all dried out. But we are back. We are ready to roll. So welcome back to Monday Morning with Mo. If it's your first time joining us, do this show every Monday morning, or almost every Monday morning, at 8 a.m. to answer your legal questions. If you have questions out there, you can go ahead and shoot them to the address on the screen, ask@dewittlaw.com, or leave us a voicemail, 407-536-6737. There's the number right there. There you go. Leave us a voicemail. We'll answer it around the show. Like I said, we do it every Monday morning right here on Facebook and YouTube Live. So hope you guys enjoy. Keep the questions coming. If you missed out on it, last week we gave away what we called our motorcycle safety pack giveaway. We had a shirt, a magnet, sticker, a book. I think that was it. So we gave that away on Facebook. If you want to make sure you get in on those in the future, sign up for the texting service. They always get first dibs on that stuff. Just text 407-698-3984. Yes, 407-698-3984. I'll try to drop it in the comments. Excuse me. So that you have that number. Text it, sign up. We always give them first dibs on all the merch because it actually sold out quickly. I was surprised. We're going to have to increase our order for next time because I think we sold out in a few hours on that one. So went pretty quickly. And the next giveaway will probably be the Mo hot sauce that that Juan Bermudez from Bisto and Blondie is making up for us. So we should have a good amount of those bottles coming in the next month or so. And that'll probably be the next giveaway there. So without further ado, let's jump right into it here this morning, see what kind of questions we got coming in, and go ahead and answer those. So first up here we have Tina. Tina says, how hard is it to adopt someone that is 21 years old? Also, is this something that you do? Get a little hydration there. So to be perfectly honest, I had to look this one up because I was under the impression you could not adopt an adult. Apparently, I was wrong on this one. You actually can adopt an adult. So as long as the person being adopted and the person asking to adopt consent to it, it's pretty straightforward. You just have to file some paperwork, make sure you check all the boxes, all that kind of stuff. But you can absolutely do that. I've done a lot of adoptions. I've never done an adult adoption before. But it is absolutely something you can do, and it seems like it's pretty simple. I've never done it, like I said. But from what I researched, it seemed like it was pretty straightforward there. So if you do have questions about it, let me know. But basically, you're going to file the adoption petition. Everyone's going to sign off and consent to it. Make sure everybody who needs to be noticed is noticed. And then set it for a hearing, and a judge should sign off on it there. So pretty reasonably straightforward process. All right, so let's see here. Should we do a voicemail or go to another email? We'll do one more email before the voicemail. All right, we got Adam here. Adam says, we want to do a no-contest divorce. We split the kids 50-50 anyways, live in the same town, are amicable, and make almost the exact same amount of money. We don't want each other's stuff. We own nothing together anyways. She will always be family to me, just not the romantic kind anymore. Can this be done simply and maybe even without having to pay for lawyers? No idea. Never been divorced before. Thanks. So you can do what we call an uncontested divorce. So basically an uncontested divorce is where the parties agree on everything. And, you have lawyers who simply draft up the documents. Everybody signs it. You submit it to the court and basically get the judge to sign off on it. Now with that, the lawyer can only represent one party. They can't represent both sides. So it is fairly simple. I mean, both sides don't need an attorney either. Only one side, could hire the attorney to draft up the documents. Excuse me. So yeah, it can be fairly straightforward. So basically, if you called an attorney or called us, we'd go ahead and draft everything up, based on your specifications, based on what you say the agreement is. We give it to you. Everything looks good to you. You sign off on it. You give it to her. Everything looks good to her. She signs off on it. Now, she does have to have the opportunity to have an attorney review it. She doesn't have to exercise the opportunity, but she does need to have the opportunity. And then once everybody signs off on it, we submit it to the court along with all the other documents, and basically walk it through to get you guys divorced. Now, I know there's a lot of like paralegal services and things out there, and maybe I'll get some crap for saying this. I've seen those services go wrong a lot of times because those individuals can't really give you legal advice. And there's one guy who always sticks out in my mind who agreed to pay permanent alimony on a 10-year marriage because he just had no idea, because he didn't have a lawyer advising him, because he went to one of those kinds of services. So I'm not saying they're all bad, but I always recommend, if you're going through a divorce of any kind, at least have a consultation with an attorney, get some legal advice, make sure you know your rights, make sure you're not making any huge mistakes there. Because that guy, when he came into our office, it was a year or two after he signed those documents, and he basically said, and he had gotten either a new girlfriend or he was engaged or something like that, and she was the one pushing him to try to terminate the alimony. He comes in with this agreement, and he signed non-modifiable permanent alimony, and there was just no way. There's nothing you can do at that point. It's signed, it's done, it's been submitted to the court. There's really no way out of it. So he was stuck. So make sure you got all your bases covered. Hopefully it's fairly simple. But I've seen even simple things go awry before. So, best of luck. If you need anything, just let me know. Get a little more water there. All right, let's go over to the voicemail lines. I think we got one voicemail line around here. Let's take a listen.
Yes, I'm calling about lien laws. I am going around and around with the local hospital chain and my insurance company. My insurance company tells me do not pay the bills that they are sending. They did not bill correctly. I do not owe anything, but I can't resolve it. It's been going on for 6 months. My question is, can they put a lien on my house? I own my house free and clear. What is the law about a hospital going after you for supposedly an unpaid bill? Thank you.
All right, great question there. I always appreciate the voicemails. If you guys have a voicemail, you know what to do. Just give us a call, 407-536-6737. So I mean, most likely it won't come to putting a lien on your home. Typically it sounds like the hospital's negotiating with your health insurance company. They're trying to agree upon what the contracted rate was for based on the procedures or something along those lines. Even if, let's say the hospital did put a lien on your house is protected by homestead. So the hospital cannot foreclose on that lien. They can, homestead protection in Florida is very strong. So a creditor could put a lien on your home, but unless it's for a mortgage or work done on the home or something along those lines, they can't actually foreclose on that lien. So in other words, it wouldn't really do much unless you possibly go to sell the home. So in short, nope, they can't foreclose on it. Most likely the health insurance will probably go ahead and resolve that issue with the hospital. And frankly, I don't think I've ever seen a hospital put a lien on a property. Anyways, I'm not sure if they're able to do that. But like I said, even if they could, they can't foreclose on it. So, best of luck there. Most likely it sounds like it's just a dispute between your health insurance company and the hospital, and they'll probably get that taken care of, hopefully. But if you need help, give us a call. We'll help you navigate there. So, all right, back over to the emails here. We got CJ. CJ says, "Good morning, Mo. I've been fighting stage 4 cancer for 2 years or so. I was taking Zantac for a long time prior to this, and I'm aware there's a lawsuit against them for this particular cancer. Do you have any insight? Thanks, my friend." So Zantac's one of the ones that has what we call an MDL, a multi-district litigation. So typically what happens is there's basically a large class action against them for something like this. So there's a number of pharmaceutical drugs that have these kinds of class actions right now. It's what we call a mass tort, essentially. So you get with me. If you ever have this kind of situation, get with me. I can find the person who's handling that particular bad drug, quote unquote, to help you with it. Because usually you'll see all these lawyers advertising for this, but usually there's a couple key players who are actually the ones who are pursuing the litigation. So if you give me a call, we can usually find out who that is for you and put them in touch. For Zantac, I did look it up. It's a guy out of, I believe it's Texas. But we'll definitely get you in touch with them. I'll give you a contact back so we can make that connection there. But if you or anyone you know ever faces what we call one of those bad drug lawsuits, give me a call. I'm happy to help you with that and figure out who's handling that litigation for you. All right, last up this morning, we have James. James says, I have an ex living at my house, and she is supposed to be out in 30 days, but I just want to know what I'm getting into if I need to evict her. She is not on a lease and has lived with me for 4 years. So, James, that's probably not as simple or straightforward as you think. So, she's not on the lease, so therefore you'd probably have to do what we call an unlawful detainer action or an ejectment action, which can take a little longer than an eviction, which means you could be stuck living with her for longer than you'd like. But basically, the process there is similar to an eviction. You serve them with a lawsuit, because it's not because you don't have a lease with them. There's no non-payment of rent provision. It can go on much longer because you could have to have a trial on it in front of a judge and things like that as to whether she should be allowed to remain there or not. So it can get a little dicier, a little more complicated. We've all seen these horror stories where, whether it's Airbnb or something along those lines, someone moves into the property, it's very difficult to get them out. Well, that could be one of these kinds of situations if you don't do it properly. But that's always the risk when you have someone else live in your house who's not related. I know they're an ex, but they're still not related. And even with family members, it can sometimes be very, very difficult. So we've had issues with adult children and things like that in the past. So best of luck. Hopefully she leaves in the 30 days and it won't be an issue. But if it is, then you're looking at probably can't talk. Almost made it through the show without stumbling. It would be an unlawful detainer or ejectment action. So if you need any help with that, give me a call. We'll point you in the right direction. Otherwise, I hope everyone has a wonderful Monday, wonderful week. Thanks for waking up with me this morning. It's good to be back. And if you need anything, you know how to get a hold of me. Have a wonderful week, everybody.